My beloved child, before you begin this morning, stop for a moment and breathe. Do not hurry past this moment. Do not allow the noise of the world to become louder than the quiet voice of faith inside your heart. You have arrived at another morning because I have carried you through another night. The road ahead may not be completely visible to you, but it is completely visible to me. You do not need to know every turn when you know the one who knows the way. My beloved child, I want you to begin this day differently. Begin it with trust. Begin it with hope. Begin it knowing that you are not walking into an unknown future alone. I already know what is waiting for you. I know the conversations you will have, the decisions you will face, the opportunities that may appear, the doors that may close, and the unexpected moments that may change the direction of your day. Nothing will surprise me. Nothing will catch me unprepared. You may not understand where your life is going right now. You may have questions that have remained unanswered for longer than you expected. You may have prayed about the same situation again and again, wondering when something will finally change. You may have looked at your circumstances and quietly asked, "Father, where are you taking me?" And today I want your heart to hear this clearly. I know the way. You do not have to see the entire road before taking the next step. You do not have to understand the entire plan before trusting me. You do not have to know how everything will work out before believing that I am working. You only need enough faith for today, my child. Sometimes I allow you to see only the next step because seeing the entire journey would overwhelm you. If you knew every difficulty before you reached it, you might become afraid. If you knew every delay before it happened, you might become impatient. If you knew every unexpected turn, you might try to control the journey instead of trusting the guide. So I give you today's grace for today's journey. Do not borrow tomorrow's troubles. Do not carry next month's worries. Do not rehearse problems that have not happened. Today has enough grace waiting for you. Wake up and place your entire day into my hands. Before you reach for your phone, reach for faith. Before you listen to the opinions of people, listen to my peace. Before you think about everything that could go wrong, remember everything I have already brought you through. Look backward for a moment, not to live in the past, but to remember my faithfulness. There were moments when you thought you would not make it, yet you did. There were nights when your heart was broken, yet morning came. There were situations that looked impossible, yet somehow a way appeared. There were doors you thought would never open, and somehow opportunities came from places you never expected. Who do you think carried you through those moments? I was there. I was there when nobody understood your tears. I was there when you smiled in front of others while your heart was hurting. I was there when you whispered prayers that were too difficult to say aloud. I was there when you had no idea what to do next. I was there when you thought your strength had disappeared. And I am still here. My presence has not changed simply because your circumstances have changed. My faithfulness has not disappeared because your answer has taken longer than expected. My love has not weakened because you are tired. I know the way. That is why I am asking you to trust me this morning. There is something beautiful about surrendering your need to know everything. When you stop demanding an explanation for every unanswered question, your heart becomes free to experience my peace. You may still have questions, but the questions no longer control you. You may still face uncertainty, but uncertainty no longer owns your heart. You begin to say, "Father, I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know you hold tomorrow." That is faith. Faith does not mean you will never feel afraid. Faith means fear does not get the final word. Faith does not mean you understand every circumstance. Faith means you trust me even when you don't. Faith does not mean the road will always be easy. Faith means you know you will never walk it alone. My beloved child, there are doors I will open for you that you cannot open yourself. There are opportunities one can create that no human being could manufacture. There are connections I can arrange, circumstances I can shift, and paths I can reveal at exactly the right moment. But there are also doors I may close. Do not be afraid of every closed door. Some closed doors are protection. Some closed doors are redirection. Some closed doors are preparation. Some closed doors are answers to prayers you prayed without realizing what you were asking me to protect you from. You may cry when a door closes because you can only see what you wanted behind it. I can see what was beyond it. Trust me, there are things you once desperately wanted that would have wounded you if you had received them too soon. There are relationships you thought you needed that would have distracted you from your purpose. There are opportunities you believed were perfect that would have taken you somewhere I never intended you to go. There are paths that looked beautiful from a distance but contained pain you could not see. When I redirect you, do not assume I have rejected you. Sometimes I am protecting you. Sometimes I am preparing you. Sometimes I am taking you towards something better. My child, you have asked me for an open door. I hear you. But remember that not every open door is my door. You do not need every opportunity. You need the right opportunity. You do not need every relationship. You need the relationships that align with wisdom, love, and purpose. You do not need every path. You need the path I am guiding you toward. So today, do not simply pray, "Father, open every door." Pray, "Father, open the right doors and give me wisdom to recognize them." That prayer will change your perspective, because sometimes the greatest blessing is not getting what you wanted. Sometimes the greatest blessing is being protected from what you thought you wanted. My beloved child, I know the way. When your mind says, "I don't know what to do," remember that I do. When your heart says, "I don't know where to go," remember that I do. When your circumstances say, "There is no way forward," remember that I can create a way where you cannot see one. You are not responsible for knowing everything. You are responsible for trusting me with what you cannot control. Release the need to have every answer today. Release the pressure to figure everything out. Release the fear that your life is falling behind. You are not behind when you are walking with me. Do not compare your timeline with another person's timeline. Their chapter is not your chapter. Their opportunity is not your opportunity. Their season is not your season. I have a unique path for you. What I have prepared for you may take longer than you expected. But that does not mean it is less valuable. A seed does not become a tree overnight. A sunrise does not appear all at once. A wound does not always heal in one moment. A dream does not always become reality immediately. There are processes happening beneath the surface. You may not see growth, but that does not mean growth is not happening. You may not see movement, but that does not mean I am inactive. You may not see the answer, but that does not mean I have forgotten your prayer. Some of my greatest works begin invisibly. My child, think about the roots of a tree. You cannot see them spreading beneath the ground, but they are there. They are growing deeper before the tree grows taller. Your life may be in a root season. You may think nothing is happening because nothing is visible, but I may be strengthening you beneath the surface. I may be developing patience in you. I may be teaching you wisdom. I may be preparing your character for the blessing you have been asking me to bring, because I do not want to give you something that your character cannot carry. I do not want your blessing to destroy you. I want you prepared to steward it. That is why the waiting. Season matters. The quiet season matters. The hidden season matters. The season when nobody applauds you matters. The season when you are learning to trust me without evidence matters. Your faith is being strengthened in places nobody can see. My beloved child, do not despise small beginnings. You may be looking for a dramatic miracle while I am giving you small signs of progress. You may be waiting for a massive breakthrough while I am teaching you how to take one faithful step. You may be asking me to change everything while I am changing you from within. Do not overlook the quiet miracles. The strength to get out of bed can be a miracle. The courage to try again can be a miracle. The peace you feel after crying can be a miracle. The person who encourages you at exactly the right moment can be a blessing. The opportunity that appears unexpectedly can be an answer. The wisdom to walk away from something harmful can be my protection. Open your eyes today. You may discover that I have been answering you in ways you did not recognize. My child, there is no need to fear this morning. The same God who carried you yesterday is with you today. The same Father who heard your prayers in the darkness hears you in the daylight. The same grace that sustained you before will sustain you now. You are not beginning this day empty. You are beginning it with my presence.